Response to intervention, focusing on comprehension for grades 1 through 3. Remember, we teach the process, the cognitive process, thinking process, to develop the skill. The purpose is not to be able to perform these skills or strategies, rather for students to automatically engage in these processes during the act of reading. The first one, pre-post reading confirmation. Before reading the story, go through each of the events or statements. For example, elk live in trees, yes or no. Foxes live in holes. These are all related to the story about which they are to read. Tell students some of the events will occur or are true, yes or no. After reading, they will need to decide which of the things listed occurred. And again, if students have trouble reading the chart, talk through the items with the student and decide where to put the check mark. So they're reading through yes or no, then they have to read for a purpose to see which of these occurred or which is true, yes or no. They are reading for a purpose. That's a cognitive process. Read for a purpose to determine something. The maze focuses on comprehension at the sentence level. This should be done as a post-reading activity. The student reads through the sentence by saying blank for the three-word maze. For example, elk blank fast. Elephants have blank trunks. All right? A post-reading activity. The student must select the correct word, and these sentences are all related to what they have just read. So they're reading for meaning. They have to decide if this makes sense, yes or no. Once selected, reread the sentence and ask student if it makes sense. And of course, the sentences then should be read until fluency is achieved. Maze. Sentence mix-up, again, focuses on the sentence level. Should be done as a post-reading activity. If students are really struggling, let them look and read through the sentence. You write the sentences down on 3x5 cards. There they are. There they are. Students then physically manipulate the words and put them in the correct order. Always have students reread the sentence until fluency is achieved. And again, achieved. You can provide a scaffold by providing them the first word or two. Again, giraffes are tall giraffes are. 3x5 cards, they have to put them in order. For students who are really struggling, keep the correct sentence up there and they look and put them in order. Otherwise, let them hear the sentence there or show the sentence and then take it away. A variety of ways to do that, but it focuses on comprehension at the sentence level. Does this make sense? These sentences, again, are related to what they have just read. Ordering. Introduce characters and go over events on the chart as a pre-reading activity. Bing! These things all happen in this story. After reading or during, put events in order and use the columns to put in order. 1, 2, 3. So as you're reading, you may want to say, look for these things. The first thing that happens, we'll put a 1 there. So again, they're reading for a purpose, and they have to reflect on what they have read to put it in a predetermined order. That's why we show them this as a pre-reading activity, so they're reading for a purpose. KCA, no, correct and add. A variation on KWL works best with expository text. Here, students identify and list what they know about a concept before reading. Depending on the age, I usually ask for a specific number. Tell me 2 things you know about bumblebees, done in large group or individually. All right. After reading, students identify anything that needs correcting. They also identify important information that should be added. And here's a nice graphic organizer. What things do you know? Corrections or additions. KCA, simple, simple, simple. And cause effect. Before the story, show students the cause and effect chart. All right, very simple. I usually have 2 or no more than 3 of these. Go through the items as students reads and you encounter either the cause or the effect, you complete the chart. So that's done as a pre-reading, and during reading, as they encounter, they write in the effect or the cause. So again, they know up front, they're reading for a purpose. They are looking for these things. Again, we teach the cognitive process to develop the skill.